The Contest of Realms side quest. Let's see how trash the rewards are. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. This one is indeed focusing on the Contest of Realms side quest. What I thought I'd do is I'd track all the rewards that I've got in all of the various runs of what I thought was first of all going to be 14 days, but based on compensation, if you don't know, we were compensated for 2 keys or 2 quest runs whilst the game was scuffed and Kabam didn't notify us. FYI, if you haven't seen my video or the in-game message, then you'll have no idea what's going on, but most of you do know what's going on. Where do the rewards come in? Well, first of all, when I was doing the test, it didn't look too good, and this is something of a big problem. So for this video, I took together 16 runs of information of rewards. Now, something to point out is that technically there are 17 that you could have done of the runs. I have no idea what happened between the kind of recording, and I think I put it down to recording in one specific block. I think I did about 14 recordings of side event grind yesterday, and I think something might have happened where I didn't take a day, or for whatever reason, maybe I didn't record the first one. I don't know. Would it make much of a difference? I doubt it. You know, would it be a case that I would have gathered myself an extra 6-star shards? I don't know. But let's just put it down to the RNG factor, because that's going to be the main focus of this video. RNG factor, looking at the runs in total and putting them together, comparing them against other side events. So make sure to kind of stay tuned to this video as it goes. FYI, Run 15, which is the one I most recently did, was actually the most decent one, with getting 2 times the 300 6-star shards, 1 times tier 5 basics of 2000 fragments, the gold, but the tier 2 alpha of 4200 total from Run 15 was actually the best one. But in any case, let's continue on this video, compare some stuff, and as well look at the grand totals and what I picked up from 16 runs. Now, the reason that I've decided to record it in this fashion is to do a part 1 and part 2. Part 1 being now we're part way through the month, or halfway through the month of the quest grind, including the compensation, and as well I'm going to do a part 2 to see if it's worth it. As someone that's Thronebreaker, and as well we're going to be comparing against some old side events, we have to really see that the value is there, or at least the kind of the take home is good enough. And look, I do like RNG because these are RNG based rewards. I like it to a degree, but also I like that certainty. The ones that kind of stand out in my mind are rifts. So rifts have some kind of more. The last rift had the chronometer, I can't remember what it was, something chronometer, where you're able to guarantee the exact rewards that you want to pick up, and that was like Awakening Gems. Now, Awakening Gems are in the objective, but there's nothing guaranteed about what you see here, and it's a case of like we don't know what we're going to get by the end of the month. So this is why I'm doing these videos, to kind of go, look, this is what we've got. This is compared with other side events. So the chances of getting some of this stuff is very slim. You see on screen now, we've got tier 5 basic catalyst fragments at 3%. I, after 16 runs, only saw them 2 or 3 times, which again is quite incredible to kind of say that, especially with the 3%. Of the things here, 5-star hero crystal shards 14%, tier 2 alpha 14%, and then we've got gold 15%, likely to see it, and then we've got 5-star signature stone crystal 12.5%, tier 4 class catalyst fragments 12%, tier 4 basic fragments 10%, and then hero crystal 6-star hero crystal shards 9%. So those percentages to pull are all well and good, but how does that kind of stem with results? Well, after 16 runs, I've got the results right here. So this is from my own experience. Everyone else's will vary. Tier 2 alpha, 2,100 frags times 18 gives a 37,800. So that's one formed, which kind of goes into the percentages that we've seen. But anyway, moving on. Tier 1 alpha, 2,100 times 6, which gives 12,600 fragments. So it's 4 formed on tier 1 alpha. 5-star signature stone crystal 19, obviously 19 crystals, 19 6 stones. 5-star shards 500, which gives 7,000 5-star shards back, which again is kind of pathetic when other side quests are taken into consideration. We will be comparing them in a very short moment. Tier 4 class catalyst 7,200 fragments times 6, which gives 43,000 fragments, which is 1 fully formed, and then I think some remainder. And then we got 5-star generic 6 stones times 6 stones. It is what it is. So that's kind of like 25 total thus far. Gold at 50k, 750,000 gold. Again, not too bad, but I don't need gold. I really don't need gold. Tier 5 basic fragments, 2,000 fragments times 3 gives 6,000 tier 5 basic fragments total. Good. Again, it's not close to a fully formed tier 5 basic. Thank God I got one recently in the Thronebreaker Crystal daily opening. Tier 4 basic fragment 7,200 times 7 gives 50,400. And of those particular fragments total, it's 1 formed. And then finally 6-star shards, one of the more important things. 9 of them I got so far, and 2,700 shards thus far from that. So in my opinion, so far, not so good. There's some things that I'm relatively okay about, but then there's other stuff I'm not so okay about. I think the volume of Tier 2 Alpha, again, just seems to be lacking in this, again, from a pulling standpoint. And to kind of say like, oh, right, 37,800, yay. Will I likely pick up the same amount by the end of the month? Or kind of like, so 2 fully formed? Maybe, and is that good? That's good, but it doesn't, again, sort out my problem. I think that the 6-star take home has been lacking, the 6-star shards has been lacking, and again, this is basically, yes, it's an RNG event, but at the same time, it's just kind of guaranteed yourself some good stuff, which would be kind of nice, you know? And all of that is very important if you compare off what has been done previously with non-RNG based events. Now, 1,500 on the Casket 8 and 3,000 of the Casket 9 for the Odin Gauntlet's last month based event. So you take home 4,500 of a guaranteed amount of 6-star shards. There's also the additional 500 from Casket 7, so it gives you a 5,000 6-star shard take home. I will need to guarantee myself twice as much 6-star shards to go, hey, this was a good event. And as well go, was this something that I'm like, hey, I'm happy about because I'm stimulating a roster. Currently, it looks like it's taking me in a direction which I'm not particularly a big fan of. And again, you know, I do know, and I will keep coming back to, look, it's RNG. I get it's RNG, but at the same time, it sucks if it's saying that I can potentially only form 1 more, for example. So scenario says that I form 2 for the entirety of the quest of tier 2 Alpha. I'm then doing what? Only about 10,000 5-star shards, which again, compared with last month, and yes, we never featured 5-star, but it's nice to see those are spicy 5-star shards for me to spend in different places. But as well, I think the tier 5 basics a problem, 6,000 currently, and whether or not I get enough to, I won't get one to fully form, but will I get something close to last month? Again, that's something that's only time will tell, but so far, not so good. Which I think is the reason that Kabam decided to roll in this tier 5 basic 11,250, just to make sure that you are definitely guaranteeing yourself some tier 5 basic. Because I tell you what, 6,000, and say if I get a further kind of like 6,000 is just like, yay, it's something, but it's like, well, it's hit and miss, and incredibly more miss than hit. And again, going back to the comparison standpoint, what I wanted to do is go back to something like Hades Invasion, which is a side event for, I think, October, November time of last year. I think it's actually October time, actually, for this one, because it came before it came after Mutant Treasure Island, which saw you get 6-star shards of 6,000 across the Legendary and Epic difficulty, 5-star shards totaling 25,000, and again, this month is going to lack if that's the case of the RNG. So 25,000 off of the Legendary and Epic. Tier 5 Basic, totaling, what's that? Over 27,000, maybe a bit more than that. 27,000 Tier 5 Basic Fragments. So that's kind of like, that's a lot as well. Tier 2 Alpha. Again, that's quite good, totaling what? That's like 74,000 tier 2 alpha fragments over Legendary and Epic. Is it going to look like that this month? I don't think it will do. I think the 6-star shards Kabam don't want to pay out quite so much on. And yeah, everything else that's there is just, it doesn't really kind of factor into what we're kind of talking about. But still, this kind of RNG narrative is finding a point that, based on the 16 runs that I've done, and with 14 runs more to go, I believe, because we had the 28 as standard and then 2 additional for compensation, it does look not so great. unless something happens with the RNG for the 6-star shards. Also for the 5-star shards, because 7,000 5-star shards is pretty rubbish, especially if you compare it against the fact that, okay, great, got 5-star feature this month, happy days, that's 15,000 shards, but I'm having to spend that on an older one because it's the older one as standard. But still, that kind of puts me at the point going, right, well, it's sort of similar to like previous months, but it isn't if I don't get the RNG going my way. And yeah, some serious stuff needs to give with the tier 2 alpha side of things. 37,800 is fine, and maybe Kabam should have put something in the objective for you getting more tier 2 alpha. Yeah, it's available in other areas, but definitely for the side event, if Kabam have rolled out in past the kind of like better tier 2 alpha, which again, if you go back to and to compare against the side event of January, you got 3 formed from doing the those arcade machines, if you remember, the scuff ones. So you were able to get like 108,800 tier 2 alpha fragments, totaling 3 formed. Tier 5 basics totaling 30,600 if you kind of went down that route. Granted, we've got a little bit of everything in kind of a mix, but yeah, it's just, again, it's just one of these situations. Halfway through the event, it does seem that it's lacking based on the RNG. In any case, I'll be doing a follow-up video that'll be looking over the final 14 runs and what I'm picked up from this, so look out for that video dropping towards the end of the month. Probably it will be at the end of the event, which I think is like Tuesday the 4th or Wednesday the 5th. I want to say it's Tuesday the 4th, so like look out for that, and we'll kind of see whether or not it's felt of value, whether or not RNG has been good to me, and as well, has RNG been good to you? What's the most 6-star shards you've managed to pick up? What's the most 5-star shards respectively you've been able to pick up? 4-star shards for your respective titleages. It'd be interesting to find out where people are at with what they've got. Do they feel RNG has been helpful? Have you not been bothering with tracking because you don't care about the event? What are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below. And thank you very much for watching. This was a bit of a labour of love. I think this video is going to take about, it's a 7-hour total kind of build if you can factor into all the kind of the spreadsheet creation and well, grind and other stuff like that, and collecting together of info. So make sure to hit the like button to support the channel, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.